Welcome everybody. Well, we're on YouTube, so we want to welcome everybody this morning. And we just went over to TikTok on the live for a little while, so we bounced over here to YouTube, and we welcome everybody here. We're in Los Angeles, California, or Southern California here, and we do the YouTube as we do our walking in the morning. Okay, and we're going to talk about the state of Ohio. Okay. State of Ohio. We're going to give you some information about that, and then we'll ramble on some more about other stuff that's been going on. So we hope you get some good education and some knowledge here. All right, so now we're live right now in state of Ohio. Remember, if you're new to our channel, we're in the real estate area. We do real estate. We do tax lien investing, tax deed investing, and tax redeemable tax deed investing. Okay, so real estate. These are people who didn't pay their property taxes. Now, we're not here to say if property taxes are good and bad. Nobody likes to pay property taxes, really. I don't think anybody gets out of the bed in the morning and say, I gotta go pay my property taxes today. No, of course not, okay? But there's rules and guidelines. And some of the rules and guidelines are what? How to pay property taxes. We got to pay them either once a year, twice a year, 4 times a year, and depending on the county or the city. And those property taxes are used for your services. And so, welcome everybody. Welcome, good morning. And we're going to talk about tax sales. Let's talk about state of Ohio right now. State of Ohio, okay? Well, Ohio is a tax lien auction, okay? And they have a tax deed auction. We're going to talk about tax deeds today. Tax deeds in the state of Ohio, okay? Well, in the state of Ohio, okay, in a tax deed auction, you're going to be bidding to what? Own the property there in the state of Ohio. You're going to bid to own the property. So the way it works, pretty simple, okay? They'll have a public auction. Public auction means that the property will go to sale, okay? The sheriffs will be there, and the sheriffs will have the sale in person. And you, as the tax sale investor, have the responsibility to know the rules. Where do you go to register for the auction? What is the opening bid of the auction? You know, are there any violations on the property? Have you looked at the property? Is it occupied? The utilities on, you know, and all these other things. How much it's going to cost if you want to rehab it, okay? Or if you want to wholesale it, can you wholesale it to somebody else? We have to know all those rules and guidelines in the state of Ohio for the tax deed auction. Tax deed auction is very simple. It's a bid of premium. So that means whoever pays the highest amount of money at an auction in Ohio for the tax sales will win the property. So if the auction starts at say $5,000, and someone, the top bidder, goes all the way up to $20,000. People keep bidding, all the way up to $20,000. Well, the person, whoever bid $20,000, would win the property. They'll win the property, okay? So it's very important that you really got to do some research. You really got to know what's going on the property, okay? Because you're going to own the property. You better make sure you do some research there, okay? And once you own the property, then you've got to either start fixing the property up, or you've got to sell it to another local investor if you could. But that's your responsibility. You got to know what you plan on doing on the property. So if you want to learn about the tax sales, you can follow us here on YouTube, and we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. You can go to taxsalesmaster.com, taxsalesmaster.com. We got a 10-minute, 15-minute video you can watch. It's free, okay? And then you can get some education there. Then later on, if you want to join as a member, you can join as a member, okay? But what we're trying to do, I tell people, why don't people want to educate themselves? They want to entertain themselves, right? We see that all the time. I saw that the other day. I don't like to say anything negative, but you know, I watched a gentleman from Terre Haute, Indiana, great singer, sounds like Journey, guy, great singer. Diamond in the rough. He's been underneath the radar because you needed the right team, the right person to help him. Okay? He'd sing into local pubs and local organizations, but there was nobody major could help him until America's Got Talent happened. Okay? And then he was discovered as a singer. He had his 2 minutes of fame and he knocked it out of the park. And I was obsessed by watching his videos many times. What did I do? I got entertained. I didn't get educated at all. I got entertained. And they entertained me. And I watched it a lot. I watched it a lot. I watched it a lot. Now my YouTube comes up mostly of all him all the time because I watch him a lot. But that didn't help me. That didn't help me educate myself at all. Saw another guy who was a comedian. If you saw him from Zimbabwe, right? I don't know if you saw him, okay? But he was a good comedian, very jolly. And Zimbabwe is a very rough country, very poor country, and a lot of challenges over there. So anyways, I watched him, and again, I got obsessed, watched it again. I said, man, I got to get educated. I got to learn some more about my business. And what did I learn? It's almost like real estate. People who watch me, maybe out of 100 people, maybe 5 people, maybe 10, will go and watch our free video. Okay? And I said, I'm going to get some education. The guy's going to give me a free video. I'm going to watch it. You know? And people are going to go over there and watch it, 5 or 10 people. And then from probably out of the 100 people, maybe 1 will join as a member. Say, I'm committed. I want to learn now. I'm willing to pay my $59 for the 30 days, be part of the membership, be part of the community, talk to other investors who have the same idea for the $59 for the month. It's like real estate. Real estate is the same avenue, right? When you do the tax sales, either a tax lien or a tax deed, mostly more on the tax lien because it's, but tax lien can be very, very intimidated because you are looking at all these properties. You're talking thousands of properties. And then you got to go through them and shift through them and finding out which properties are good and which ones are bad. Okay? So I realized, I said, that's how it is in life. That's how it is in life. In real estate, I may have to go shift through thousands of properties, especially when you do over the counter, the ones that are leftovers. I said, I might have to shift through thousands of properties to find only a couple that are worth looking at. And then after I look at them and do some homework, I said, okay, these weren't bad to bid on. And then you bid on the lien and you just wait. Now they could pay back and they could not pay back. So I said, wow, that was a good scenario. The scenario is the same thing here on my business. I'll do my lives every day. I'll have so many people come and watch my lives. And I'll have so many people maybe go and watch the free video. And maybe a couple will join our membership. So I realized that, okay? That you're looking for people who want something else in their life, that are tired of the rat race. They're tired of the 9 to 5, okay? They're tired of doing the same old thing every day. And we've got to get the education, we've got to get the knowledge about doing this. And when you do a state, whatever state you want to do, we talk about the state of Ohio today, tax deed auction. And when they're gonna go to sale, who foreclosing on it? It's not the county, it's the tax lien certificate holder who's petitioning now that they want their money back. So it's basically in Ohio is all the hedge funds who buy all these liens. and then they petition the county or the sheriff's department. There's certain documents, paperwork they have to fill out, all that stuff, for the property will go to a tax deed sale. And then because they want their money back plus interest in the state of Ohio. And then you, as a tax sale investor, you can go there in person. You can bid in person for the tax deed. And whoever pays the highest amount of money will win the auction in Ohio. So I realized that people don't want to spend money to educate themselves. People will spend money to entertain themselves, right? Have we seen that? We've gone to the movies. We'll spend $15 for a movie, and then we'll pay money to go to dinner. And after everything's done, we've already spent $40. You could have bought a book for that. Could have bought a book. Okay? Could have learned some classes for $40, $50. But no. So as I realize this more and more, I says, wow, this is like real estate. There's people who want to learn, and there's people who don't want to learn. And the majority of the people, don't like to say it, don't want to learn. And that's the rough thing in our life. They don't want to learn. They don't want to better themselves. It's not like, I tell people, you don't need the money. If you don't want the money for you, maybe your kids want the money. Your kids will definitely take the money. Your wife will, your girlfriend will, your church will. Anybody will more than happy to take if you have a lot of money. And then they could put your name out on a plaque, or you can do it that nobody knows about it. So politics is very big into money, right? We know that. We know in the political area that a lot of money flows that way to change policy. Huge. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying how it works. You as a tax sale investor, you got to start doing some homework. You got to do some education. You got to get some knowledge. So you can go to taxsalesmaster.com. taxsalesmaster.com. Watch the 10-15 minute video for free if you want. I'll give you some basic information about how the tax sale works. It's very, very basic. And then if you're serious, then you'll learn. You say, okay, I want to move forward. I want to join. Okay? I see these guys here out there spending, people spend $20,000, $30,000. You spend $20,000, $30,000, you're not getting your money back on these educations. I'll tell you that. Just making somebody else rich. That's why I get really frustrated on that situation. But the key here is knowing what state. What state do you want to invest in? Do you want to invest in Ohio? Maybe yes, maybe no. That's your decision. You want to invest in a different state. There's certain states I like, and there's certain states that I don't like. I mean, I'll go to the auction. I'll do a video at the auction, but I won't be excited about bidding at the auction at all. Same over here. Why would I want to come over here and buy a $500,000 property at an auction when I can buy it before the auction, work with the owner directly, buy it directly through the owner, and do all my due diligence before, and if I don't want it, I can wholesale it over to some other investor and make a few bucks. Right? That's the key. So knowledge is important. If you don't want to get knowledge, what can we say? You got to live paycheck to paycheck. And I'll tell you that. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. They work the whole week and the money's already gone. And they said, where'd my money go? Yep. So we hope you guys enjoyed our YouTube live today. We do about 15 minutes or so. Give you some education as we do some walking here and give you some knowledge. We talked about the state of Ohio today, state of Ohio, okay? And we basically told you, we talked about the tax deed auctions, how the auction worked, bid up premium. A lot of them are in person. A couple might be online. Check with the county or the sheriff's department, the dates, the times, where they're being held, and do some homework, do some research. Kind of fun, okay? That's the thing about it. So we appreciate everybody who've been watching. We got a few people here. You can see that kind of went up, down, but we had a few people continue to watch. So we hope we give you some knowledge, some education. We're not here to judge, okay? But we're here to say, let's get some knowledge. Whoever you want to go with, okay? So anyways, thank you very much for watching our live, and I appreciate your time, okay? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.